Good afternoon and welcome back. This is World News here on TVP World. I'm Staria Strzemska. And we begin with Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski, who visited Madrid to attend a meeting with other foreign ministers in the Big Five. It is a group that includes France, Germany, Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom and European institutions. In his remarks, Sikorski emphasized the importance of a unified European approach to counter the hybrid threats posed by Russia. Let's bring in our reporter Sonia Biszczan, who is in Madrid and has more.
Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski is in Madrid to meet with his counterparts. The main topics of the meeting include strengthening European security as well as enhancing assistance to Ukraine. Sikorski noted that this meeting is an extension of the Weimar Triangle meeting held in Warsaw last year. Right now, we have representatives of 7 countries as well as the top EU diplomat Kaja Kallas in attendance. Sikorski further noted that the expansion of what used to be the Weimar Triangle suggests that countries understand that Russia is a threat not only to the eastern flank, but to Europe as a whole.
And I'm very glad that the main European countries appreciate that this is not just a problem for the eastern flank, but that Putin's aggressive intentions are a problem for all of Europe. And if it's a threat to all of Europe, then we need a European way of addressing it. Russia is not only bombing in Ukraine, it is conducting a hybrid war against all of us. Here in Spain, there is disinformation, there are attempts at political manipulation, but in many countries we also have other elements of hybrid war just below the threshold of kinetic action. In Poland, we've had arsons, we have espionage, we have the cuttings of energy and data cables under sea, we have aggressive propaganda. All of this needs building European resilience, and we need to treat defense, the rebuilding of our defense industries seriously.
This meeting is hosted by Spain, which invests roughly 1.3% of its GDP in defense, considerably less compared to Poland's 4.7% of its GDP planned for 2025. But this is the very reason why Spain wanted to host this meeting, to show that despite a lower defense expenditure, it takes security seriously. From Madrid, for TVP World, I'm Sonia Biszczan.
Ukraine will not accept a minerals agreement with the United States that would jeopardize its accession to the European Union, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy announced last week. Today, the European Commission has also made its position clear. Kyiv is welcome to join the 27-member strong family. Our EU correspondent Angela Skujins reports from Brussels.
The European Commission, which is the EU executive, said that its approach targeting Russian oil was effective. Now, the spokesperson for that trade portfolio, Olaf Gil, also said that the route the EU was taking was having an impact. Now, in 2022, the EU and the G7 group of nations adopted an oil price cap. This is to limit the amount of revenue the Kremlin can make on selling those barrels. But in a deviation of this method, the US President Donald Trump announced on Sunday he would potentially add a 50% secondary tariff on these exports. Let's take a listen to what a Commission spokesperson had to say regarding this on Monday.
We have an oil price cap. We've taken several steps to reduce Russia's energy revenue. So our price cap policy, the goal here is to restrict Russia's oil revenues while supporting global energy market stability. We are aware of circumvention risks, but that's the policy we are deploying at present. There's a price cap coalition in place which closely monitors markets and industry compliance, and with this, is committed to take action to ensure the price cap policy delivers on the goals I mentioned.
The oil price cap is just one mechanism the EU is using to hit the Kremlin for its ongoing invasion of Ukraine. But many skeptics in the Belgian capital believe that Moscow is circumventing these restrictions. Firstly, it is doing so through the use of its shadow fleet. Now, these are crude oil tankers that are getting around the EU's surveillance in those waters. Now, countries are also not allegedly adhering to the rules and buying this cheap oil without the scepticism of the EU. But we know that a 17th sanction package is currently being worked on by the 27 EU member states. Angela Scutens from Brussels for TVP World.
Poland has succeeded in making security the priority of the European Union during its ongoing presidency of the Council of the EU. This assessment came from Poland's European Affairs Minister Adam Szłapka. Our reporter Paweł Trzaskowski has more.
It's been 3 months since Poland took over the presidency in the Council of the European Union, and this means that we are already halfway through this presidency, during which Poland stresses out the importance of security. Hence the motto of the presidency, Security Europe.
We wanted from the very beginning for this to be the time when Europe wakes up, when Europe takes responsibility for what is most important today, namely security. And today, on the 90th day of our presidency, exactly halfway through, we can say that this is really happening. When we talk to anyone about the priorities of previous presidencies, which were, of course, good and worked in previous years, few people remember what these presidencies dealt with and what their priorities were. Today, the slogan, Security Europe, is engraved on stone tablets in every European capital. Today, all European institutions focus primarily on security, and all European leaders, all agendas of the most important meetings are 100% focused on security. From the very beginning, we said that all Europe must take more responsibility. We said that the time is serious, and we must focus on security, and this is really happening. During these 90 days, these 3 months, security has truly become a priority for the European Union and all its institutions.
The actions undertaken during these 3 months, including maintaining the sanctions on Russia, which, according to Polish officials, was not an easy task, and also facilitating talks of expanding the European Union with countries from the Western Balkans and Ukraine. There are now only 3 months left of the Polish presidency, and the next one is scheduled to happen in more than 13 years. From Warsaw, Poland, for TVP World, I'm Paweł Trzaskowski.
Cooperation is always better than confrontation. It's with these words that the Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk opened his message to US President Donald Trump in a post on X on Monday.
Dear American friends, we have just signed our next Polish-American agreement in the field of defense. For us, Poles, our friendship, our alliance, our mutual loyalty is not an abstraction. We spend almost 5% of our GDP on defense. In cooperation with the US, we are building a modern and the biggest army in Europe to defend our borders, but also our common values and interests. America could and always can count on Poland. You have only friends here. And I can say the same thing about Europe as a whole. You have friends and trusted allies from Portugal to Poland, from Denmark to Greece. And our common European-American interest are a strong US, a strong European Union, and a strong NATO, not weaker. Think about it, Mr. President, and dear American friends, before you decide to impose tariffs against your closest allies. Cooperation is always better than confrontation.
And with this, we're wrapping up our news bulletin. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more.